Well, from Justin Bieber's shenanigans to a former American Idol running for office, it's time for our weekly roundup.
Oh, that's right. And here to break down this week's hottest headlines is radio personality and star of HGTV's Property Virgins, Egypt Sherrod. Welcome to Ride.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
You look great. This is exciting.
I love you. I've been a fan of hers forever. Okay?
Janae, come on. You know the feeling is
we got
mutual.
family. Okay. Family. But okay, so now before we get into the gossip, okay, you are the host of HGTV's highly rated show, Property Virgins.
Yes.
Tell us about the show.
Well, number one, that is my passion, teaching people how to own their own. So to actually get an opportunity to host a show like Property Virgins, where it is very much what I do, many people didn't realize because they knew me from radio for 20 years that I'm also a real estate agent licensed in New Jersey as well as Georgia. So this is very much my first love, where I teach first-time home buyers, walk them through the process, the emotional roller coaster of buying their first home. Are you a property virgin?
No, I'm not a property
Are you a property virgin?
But I would
this is what I do all the time.
I want you to find me a property virgin. You gotta take my house off of me.
But it looks like you have so much fun on the show, but what is the hardest part about working with those first-time home buyers?
Sometimes it's the reality check. You know, I pride myself in telling it like it is.
Oh,
but,
you do?
But with compassion, because you got to understand there is a learning curve. You know, it's very scary when you think you're going to sign your life away. When you see a price tag of $500,000 and realize that it's attached to you for 30 years, or it can mess up your credit, it can be a scary thing to go through. I try to make it smooth and easy, sort of keep calm. I'm going to walk you through it, put it in layman's terms. But for me, I would say the hardest part is breaking to people that you have caviar taste on a grilled cheese budget.
Oh, yeah. I love when you break that down. When they're like, I want 500 acres, pools, and mansions, and I have $200,000.
Exactly. So, well, what advice, what's the top advice that you'd say that you give to property virgins?
Well, location. Location is always key. Whenever you're thinking about real estate, you don't want to just say, all right, I'm buying this house because I love it aesthetically. You are also buying the neighborhood. You are buying your neighbors. You're buying the block. You're buying the schoolhouse or the liquor store on the corner. So you want to make sure when you're considering where you're going to buy that it's someplace where you feel comfortable and the resale value. And please just never skip the step. I know it might be a few $100s more, and after you've paid for your down payment, you don't want to get an inspector, but that is probably the most important step that you can take. If you're going to invest that much money in the place where you're going to live for some time, you want to make sure it's a sound investment. So do not skip the inspection.
Yes.
Very true. Very important. All right, so before we start on the headlines, you got to tell us about this transition you make, because a lot of people, they get stuck in radio and they're not able to transition into television. How were you able to do it?
Being awesome.
Right. Let's go. Should I hire her?
Yes.
Should I hire her?
All right.
Well, you know, I think we should all be well-rounded individuals and not pigeonhole ourselves, number one. I've always had a plan A, B, and C and work them together. Plan C for me was real estate. I've been licensed since 2003. What some people knew, because I sold their houses in the business, you know, worked on selling Michael Strahan's house. Terrence J, I sold his first house. Stretch from Naughty by Nature, you know, so I created a niche business for myself that worked with my other career in radio. So I would say anyone who's trying to transition, figure out how what you have works with where you want to go.
Perfect.
Leverage it. Leverage it.
Well, okay, so since we're talking about real estate, let's get into some gossip with some real estate. Now, Whitney Houston.
You in the gossip, Janae.
I love it.
You know she loves that.
I should be a better person, but I'm not. Okay, so a recent story in the headlines is that Whitney Houston's house in New Jersey, her mansion is back on the market, right?
Again.
So why hasn't there been more interest in the property?
You want the truth or the truth?
I want the real.
Okay, so the house was built in 1992, so that's what makes it about 22 years old. Just so you know, it's over 12,000 square feet. And then the name Whitney Houston attached to it alone, you would think the price is out of the stratosphere. Problem is, it has not been updated since it was built. So when you go in the house, there's a few $100,000 worth of work that needs to be done, right? So that alone. Honestly, the design of the house, too, is a matter of taste. You know, it's really not now. It's not, you know, contemporary. It's a little outdated. It's very 1990s horrific.
Okay.
Does that make sense? But I think what it is, maybe, you know, Bobby Christina owns it or the estate owns it and they just want to liquidate. So the house, when she purchased it, was worth $2.5 million. Wow. Usually when celebrities buy a house or live in a house, the markup goes up by 30% or so.
Just so you can say you lived in their house.
And they're selling it for $1.5 million. So you can live in Whitney Houston's former house for $1.5 million, or maybe less, because they're really trying to unload this
I
thing.
may need you to broker that deal for me.
Do you want to live there?
Let's talk
I
after the
won't
show.
come visit
I
you
wish
with
I
glass
had
millions and
millions.
give you a shag rug, okay?
All right. Well, we can always renovate. You know, that's another HGTV
It
show.
could be a smart investment if you have $150,000 or so to put into renovating
go.
it.
That's true.
Okay.
Think
All right.
about it, folks. That's
There
a
you
little
go.
piece of history there.
Okay. Well, now let's move on to some other headlines. Justin Bieber is at it again. This time, he was suckling on some breasts of a stripper, and he was on this plane, and it was filled with weed. It was so bad that the pilots had to put on oxygen masks. Is this kid just acting out at this point? Should he be just
You're
sent
going to
to
get
jail,
me in trouble
spanked,
with
or
my
what?
daughter, by the way. She has
Oh, she's
Bieber
a big
fever.
fan?
Yes, Simone loves Bieber. Can you spell breast assist number
Yeah.
one?
B-R-E-S-S. Yeah.
You know, I think Justin needs to just go someplace and sit down. I mean, from the DUI to assaulting the limo driver and his bodyguard at that. And then, do you notice how there's always someone else who has to take the blame? In this case, they're saying that the bodyguard or the trainer and his assistant's name was on the luggage where they did find, or the dog smelled
Always someone else.
some marijuana. Yes. And you know, it just seems to me like what would be a dream job for some people, you're almost signing your life away, because come on, it's just, he has to grow up at some point. Or maybe that's what it is. He's growing up in front of us.
And maybe he needs some real help.
What bothers me is that if it were you, or you, or me, we would be under the jail already.
Why do you think that is, Egypt?
Wow. Like she always goes there.
Because we wear purple on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right, okay.
that's
We'll go
what
with
it
that
is.
story.
Right.
Go with that story. Okay.
Okay, so Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is going through it. They're coming under fire again for a bloody street brawl.
Yeah.
Now, is it? Have we gone too far?
We've been there and back and went back again. We have been too far.
Do you think that this is just for, is it real, or is this just for ratings gold?
I think this is real, but it's embarrassing. I mean, just very seriously, I'm not even laughing. It's not entertaining. It's embarrassing, because what happens is, you know, I'm also producing shows, so I go around to production companies pitching quality content that they call earnest, and they think, unfortunately, people of color, this is all we can do. Wow. This is all that people want to see us do on a larger level, and it's just not the case. I'm embarrassed. I don't know about you. No comment.
Yeah.
After many comments, no comment.
I'm
It's pretty
horrified, but
embarrassing.
I did see the last season, but I watched it online, so I feel like I didn't contribute to the ratings.
No, you did.
know.
You did.
I did.
Online ratings. Okay, so we'll move on then. That's okay. All right. Now, this next one, I think we really are going to have to just pause and take a look at. It's Rihanna and Shakira. And I just want to look at it so you understand fully what we're talking about here, because some have said this is too hot to handle.
That's why you want to look
Too
at
cold
it.
to hold. Yeah, so let's take a look
Well, you're a
real quick.
grown man.
Yeah.
Give my last time to hold him tonight. I'll do anything for that boy. I robbed and I killed to keep him with me. I'll do anything for that boy. I'd give my last time to hold him tonight. I'll do anything for that boy. Oh.
No,
All right, then.
Egypt. I have to know, Egypt. Is this 2014?
hard.
Is this the year of the back shot? What's happening?
Let me just say this. Okay. I'm a married, straight woman. I think I just went gay.
Oh, it is hot.
It could happen. It could happen.
Well, that's why some said they want to ban it. One of the officials or the politicians in Colombia said he wants to ban it for that exact reason.
Well, ban it. I mean, just let it all hang out. I mean, maybe this will help some of us out in the bedroom. I don't know. Need a
You're
little
trying to get
excitement. That's the
steamy.
most action I had, by the way, all week.
Is it you watch? That's
Great.
okay.
Tell on
We'll
yourself
just chuck
now.
that to the sad place.
Right, right.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, okay, but so what about pop stars? Are we seeing too much booty? Is there?
Booty and everything else.
I
Look-
blame it
look
on
at
Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
You said it,
Do
I did
you?
it, right?
Okay,
You started
right.
to say it first.
Miley, not Madonna.
Oh, come on, Madonna.
I mean, I
Really?
loved it, but
People have
eventually,
been doing it for years, but why do artists feel that they have to show that? Because Taylor Swift says she will not go to that extreme.
All right.
She'll just let her voice tell her story.
Let's break down the dichotomy of the booty.
Uh-oh.
Get it.
Let's get it.
Break it down for us,
Please.
sister. Break it
The
down.
booty became popular with Jennifer Lopez, right?
Okay.
We know that as sisters, we've had it for years, and some of us have tried to cover it up and put girdles on it and downsize it a little bit. But then Jennifer Lopez pops out with
Bam!
the booty, and it becomes popular. Then Kim Kardashian took it out of the stratosphere. Then we have little Miley Cyrus is running around with the booty and the twerking and whatnot.
lack
I think there's
thereof
an American fascination with the backside now.
Okay.
And,
And
you know,
rightfully so. It, you know, it's a lovely part of the body. Great, you know, it's functional. But is there too much booty on TV? Is there a such thing? Do we wonder?
well, let's
what
ask a
happens?
man. Is there such thing as too much booty?
I think at certain times of the day it should be limited because you turn on soap operas nowadays and they're almost having sex, and you don't want your kids to see that type of thing, and you know you really have to monitor what they're watching these days. It's just too available. That's what I think the issue is.
I think it's
available.
too much pressure. Because the more booty I see, the more I feel like I need to get in the gym. And
Getting them squats. Well, Coco has a new app she was out showing us recently.
Speaking of too much booty. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's just move on because someone else's booty has almost been revealed to the world. Kate Middleton. Now, the Queen of England wants her to dress and have a little makeover because of these shots right here where she is channeling her inner Marilyn Monroe. And she wants her to wear longer, you know, less revealing dresses, skirts.
I mean, that shot, that's a little unfair, though. The wind just sort of blew her skirt up. But she dresses...
She has a lot of those, though. Look at this, a lot of those moments.
But it doesn't seem like she's doing it on purpose. I mean, if the
no.
skirt wasn't blown up, it would be right about at her knee.
But to the Queen's
would.
point, if she didn't
Oh,
wear
that one,
those, this
okay.
wouldn't be happening. So what should a queen be wearing? A stylish young princess?
Well, you did hear that the Queen has pretty much assigned her personal dresser of 22 years to Kate Middleton to redo her entire wardrobe. And the mandate is hemlines have to be below the knee now. She wants her to wear more pencil-like dresses, but get this, also big jeweled necklaces and brooches. So it sounds like they're turning her into a golden girl. I think she dresses very nicely. But, I mean, if this is what it means to be a princess, then bye-bye to all of our dreams from childhood. Who wants to be bossed around in this way?
Well, but
Isn't
she
that
said she
something
could wear
that
more
comes with
bling, though. That should help, right?
Bling?
Yeah.
Well, I think she meant bling, not bling.
Oh, okay.
Not bling, bling, bling.
Oh,
I think Queen Elizabeth needs to send her stylist to the Grammys and have them, you know, take it down a notch.
Work it out.
But
Okay.
maybe am I bitter? I don't
Yeah,
know.
just a little bit.
Am I a
That's
hater? I
okay.
don't think I'm a hater.
We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
Okay, I have to ask you about Kelly Ripa because Kelly Ripa, she
Brave
went.
soul.
Oh yeah, she went on national television without makeup. Would you ever do this on your show?
Absolutely not.
Even if you
Tell the
lost a
truth
band?
and the
You
devil.
know, my husband will tell you. He's one of those men, he doesn't like makeup. He likes the clean skin look, so it drives him a little crazy that I work in television and have to pile on the makeup sometimes. But I'm a little bit of a makeup addict. I'm like a MAC girl, so I like to wear lipstick even around the house washing dishes or, you know, whatever. This is one bet that I might not be able to keep. So she's a good
Okay.
sport. So I think we should give her a gold star for
Gold
the
star for her. Now, I have one more story to
Real
get
quick, DMX, George Zimmerman. What should they be doing with
This
this?
is
They're actually trying to have this boxing match because he wants to beat the bleep out of George Zimmerman.
This is, you know what bothers me about this? It's turning into a joke almost, but a little boy is no longer with us, and his parents are still mourning.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't mean to be Debbie Downer here, but this is some real stuff. This is a real situation, and it seems like he's trying to use whatever fame or anti-fame that he got from the trial to turn himself into a celebrity.
Okay,
Just stop it already.
We've heard it from you.
I
Where
like
can we
that.
catch your show on HGTV? Where
Yes.
can we catch it?
Tuesday nights, 9 and 9:30, Property Virgins, new episodes. We're back in a new season. So
All
thank
right.
you guys
Thank you
for
so much
supporting.
for
I
joining
appreciate
us.
you.
Now, what do you think about these headlines? Tweet us at Arise TV 360.